this past week was my birthday. I turned 35. 53, actually. Okay. This is Horror and Coffee. This is Ralph, and I just saw Morbius last night. Yeah. No. This didn't work for me. It dragged, in my opinion. It's from the Sony side of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and like Venom, which came out, last summer, it kind of, or was in October, it probably was in October, it kind of gave that whole connect to the Marvel Cinematic Universe via the multiverse, kind of what Venom went through. So you kind of saw a little bit of that in this movie too. I'm spoiling out a little bit on this, so if you don't want to hear this, leave. And come back, please, because I don't think this movie's worth hiding anything about, because to be honest with you, it fell short of the mark for me. It was, it was kind of like a horror movie. All right, let me break it down to you. It's about this guy, Michael Morbius, born with a debilitating disease that would otherwise have shortened his lifespan, him and his childhood friend, Lucian. And what happens is he's very intelligent, so he becomes a doctor himself, and he tries to find a cure, and he apparently finds it through vampire blood. He finds the right medicine that makes the DNA strands match genetically correct, so that way it fills in the blanks. Vampire DNA with human DNA. You see where this is going? And then what happens is he tests it on himself first, of course, and then he becomes kind of like a hybrid between vampire, bat, and human. And it's not a good output for him, because he ends up becoming, he went from being a doctor, a well-respected doctor, to a fugitive practically overnight because of his thirst for blood. He, slaughtered some people. The kill sequences were good. I'm not saying that this movie was total trash. It wasn't. I just don't think it's worth a second watch, in my opinion. I just didn't think there was much there. He had an assistant who he loved very much, who was trying to help him through the whole thing. And you kind of see what happens with her in the end. Lucian also, having been bullied as a boy, starts to, get kind of like jealous or upset that Michael doesn't want to give him this medication to help cure him, because he doesn't want him to suffer the same fate that he did, because he thinks it's a curse. And in many respects it is. It's like, this is an easy way to become kind of like, almost like a vampire. It's very reminiscent of a vampire. And I wonder if there's a connect for that for Blade, who is set to enter the Marvel Cinematic Universe later on, very soon actually. So it's probably part of that. I'm sure they're going to kind of blend that in. What they also blended in was good old Michael Keaton as that Dr. Adrian, I forgot the last name, from Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man movie that came out a few years ago, where he played the Vulture, right? So you got Michael Keaton at the end meeting Jared Leto, who plays Michael Morbius, which is kind of funny because Michael Keaton was Batman at one point, and Jared Leto was the Joker at one point. So it's kind of like ironic that in this Marvel version under Sony Pictures, it kind of works. Yeah, there's spoilers all over this thing. So, I'm putting it on the thumbnail ahead of time because I kind of mixed it up. I didn't warn you guys fair enough in the beginning. I just felt, that's how I feel about this movie. It was kind of messy. It dragged a bit, and it didn't impact me. And it didn't really it was almost as if they were trying to shove a square hole in a round peg. This movie didn't have to be made. This story didn't even have to go out. You could have still had the Blade storyline, all of that, without even any of that going on, without this Morbius guy becoming part of this. It's weird. It seems, and according to my observation, I'm not sure whether or not Michael Morbius becomes a good guy or a bad guy. He seems to be aligning himself with the wrong people towards the end, but we don't know. I guess we'll find out if they keep making this movie and keep, you know, following that line of thought. I have no clue. I'm gonna give Morbius 2 coffee cups. It was very low key movie. I even almost dozed off at one point. It didn't keep me, alert. I wasn't alerted. I wasn't engaged with the story. It fell short for me. Maybe it didn't fall short for you. Let me know. Talk to me. Comment below and share with me what you think about Morbius. Maybe this was one of those movies that you really liked. Like, I heard a guy in the background in the movie theater scream out, "Get the F out of here." Like, apparently he liked it. At least that's the sense I got from him. So please consider subscribing and let me know what you think about Morbius. This is Ralph Perez from Horror and Coffee. Drinking a lot of coffee this morning because I had to get up early even though I got home late from the movies. We all know what that's like from time to time, right? We're adults. I think we can handle it. Take care of yourself, guys. Until next time.